The way he gets to Clarice is he finds out what the one thing about her, the one thing that could repulse her about herself more than anything else. And I think in some ways it was pity. That he could look at her and say, you know, I feel really sorry for you. And ultimately that got her much more than going, ah.
Do you know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed, hustling rube with a little taste.
He wasn't going to penetrate her by being a monster in the literal way. He had to find out what it is about this particular woman that she didn't even know she hated about herself.
Jack Crawford sent a trainee to me.
Yes, I'm a student. I'm here to learn from you. Maybe you can decide for yourself whether or not I'm qualified enough to do that.
Well, the motivation for that certainly is ambition. There's something that she wants from him, and she knows that to remain completely distanced and only to follow the rules won't get her that thing. That there has to be a certain kind of intimacy. And the reason that he allows her that kind of intimacy is that they have respect for each other, that they both cherish this idea of dignity, and that it's very much a part of both of their personalities, this need for dignity and for human respect and human contact in some ways. They become completely confused with completely intimate with each other.
Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
I didn't.
No, you ate yours.
She's a woman who uses her wits and her sensitivity and her perspicacity and emotions and vulnerability and a past that in some ways is historically negative. Somebody who is relentlessly 5'4". It's the head and the heart that combat the villain. And I can't think of any other more perfect feminine prototype for the woman who fights to save women. And everything else in the film supports that idea.
I tell you things, you tell me things. Not about this case, though. About yourself. Quid pro quo. Yes or no? Yes or no, Clarice?
One of the through lines, and certainly the reason why I got involved in it, was not because it was scary, which it is. The relationship between Lecter and Clarice is phenomenal. It's something you've never seen before, and certainly something you've never experienced before as an audience. She travels through this sort of forest of experience where she meets gnomes and demons along the way, and has to lay claim to and admit her fears, and in some ways come to terms with the past, come to terms with fears like fear of mediocrity, fear of commonness. She meets the villain, and by virtue of combining the head and the heart, by combining what is learned and what is experienced, by combining things that you can explain and things that are about instinct, combats the villain and has a duel and wins. If anything, is the perfect mythic structure of folktale. This is it.